Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi when they cry Chapter 3. In the last episode, we overslept, and we ended up being late for school, but rather than heading over to school right away, Keiichi decided to go for a walk over at the dam site to ponder about Satoko's situation some more, after having worried himself to until early morning sleep over the whole thing the night before. And while he was there, he ran into none other than Tomitaki, who asked him for directions to the Farood Shrine. And Keiichi decided to guide him to the Farood Shrine from where they were at the dam site. And, well, Keiichi decided to follow him into the Farood Shrine on impulse, and we found out that he was meeting up with none other than Nurse Takana. Again. And for all we know, they're probably meeting up to discuss breaking into areas in the village that they shouldn't during the night of the Watanagashi festival. Anyway, so after introductions were given between Keiichi and Takana again, one thing led to another, and they ended up discussing about who this year's next victims of the curse may be, if the curse happens again at all. And Keiichi was obviously hoping it would be Satoko's uncle because, well, if he ends up dying, it'll pretty much free Satoko from the abusive situation that she's found herself in. And, well, we talked about this at length, and the conversation basically ended with Takano agreeing to tell Keiichi some big secret here, but he has to promise not to tell anyone about it, where he heard it, and when he heard it from, and who he heard it from, all that good stuff. But before we could find out what it was that she was going to tell him, the screen cuts to black, and then we find ourselves arriving at school. And while we were at school, everyone in the club basically decided that maybe now would probably be the best time to intervene, because I saw what happened. I saw what's been happening with firsthand at Satoko's house, and the situation is not good. So everybody agreed to go talk to their teacher about it. And, well, Keiichi basically spilled the beans on the whole situation, and now the teacher's now working with the principal to try to see if they can get in contact with child welfare. Our dice has been cast, so all we can do now is hope that luck will be on our side, but someone tells me it's not going to be. And finally, we came across some more tips for discussing the whole child welfare law, and some statistics about about child abuse, specifically who typically commits the abuse, and what types of abuse are committed. But there was one little last thing at the end of those lists of statistics that gave a little musical cue that kind of started making me start feeling very worried. That being the mention of sexual assault and sexual abuse brought upon to the child. And it's now making me worry that something like that is going to end up happening to Satoko very soon, if it hasn't happened already. And as a consequence of that, I'm also worried that something is going to happen that'll set up a situation where Keiichi is going to see something like that about to happen, and then he's going to fly into a homicidal rage, kill the uncle, and then things are just going to go downhill from there for everybody involved. Especially Satoko. Either way, I'm feeling a growing sense of dread again over what's going to happen here very soon. But alas, I can't just sit here all day. I gotta hit continue and just see where this whole road takes us. So here we go. The die of fate had been cast. Reporting to a public agency, which we kept being warned could instead result in something far worse for Satoko if we didn't have the evidence first. And just like that, had I failed, I let my emotions get the better of me in that moment. My gut instinct tells me yes, and logically speaking, you really needed more damning evidence, so logically I think you failed a bit too. Maybe I should have stayed silent and left everything to Mion, since she had been relatively calm. I remember the punishment game where we had to badmouth Curry, and how me saying anything would have made it worse, and Satoko told us to leave the talking to her. Maybe it was the same thing here. It was impulsive, so maybe I should have just shut up and looked at the floor. But it was too late to lament it. The die I had thrown wouldn't be coming back into my hands. All we could do was pray for something good to happen.
Keiichi-kun は Keiichi-kun にできる精一杯をしたよ。
Keiichi-kun, you did everything you could.
だから、あとは先生たちに任せよ。
So, leave it to the teachers now.
ね。
Okay?
俺にできる精一杯
Everything I could.
本当に俺が死に物狂いに精一杯だったら、里子を夕べのうちに連れ出して、どこかの廃屋にでも隠れてる。
If I had really gave it everything I had, if I had really struggled, I would have dragged Satoko out of her home last night and hidden her in some abandoned house.
そうならなかったってことは、俺は精一杯じゃなかったってことだろ。
I didn't. So that means I didn't do everything I could.
もう考えるのはよそ。
Stop thinking about it, alright?
ケイチ君、少し根を詰めすぎだよ。
You're being a little too persistent, Keiichi-kun.
そんな調子じゃ、ケイチ君まで倒れちゃう。
At this rate, you'll collapse. Just leave me alone. I left her with those words and stared lazily up at the ceiling. I wonder if I had really got Chi-sensei to understand. I don't think her not understanding is the issue here. The issue is, well, we've already discussed this at length. Do I really need to repeat myself anymore at this point? Would the public agency intervene and solve everything within the day? Would they acknowledge the abuse and guarantee her safety? After lunch break, our afternoon classes were mostly self-study. The teacher came back to the classroom occasionally, but then the phone in the lounge would ring, and she'd have a long conversation with the caller. Everyone in class got the feeling they knew what those phone calls were about. Sensei came trotting back from the classroom.
今日は何度も電話で本当にすみませんでしたね。
I'm really sorry for all the phone calls recently.
では今日はこれでおしまいにします。
Let's call it a day.
委員長、号令。
President, please lead the class.
起立。
Everybody stand up. It looked to me like Sensei had been wearing a dark expression ever since after lunch break. It wasn't a very relieving expression. It wouldn't be. Even if Sensei 100% understood the situation and passionately explained it to the other person. At the end, the Child Consultation Center, as a public agency, would be the ones to decide whether to get her to safety. Sensei understood that as well as us. And that's why she looked so unreliable right now.
Kei-chan, 帰ろうよ。
Kei-chan, let's go home.
部活する気も起きないでしょ。
I don't think anyone feels like having the club today. I'd be impressed if anyone did.
みーちゃん、部活は誰がかけても面白くないよ。
Mi-chan, it's no fun if someone's not here. Reina was right. It was no fun for us if someone was missing. If the teacher's expression had shown more promise, then maybe we could have gone home more comfortably. But I couldn't let myself feel relieved. I couldn't be naive and tell myself all I can do is pray now that the dice had been cast. Just in case they didn't get her to safety and decide to wait and see again. I need to take further measures. We've asked the people who could do something official already. Then there was one more place that was worth asking for help. She might laugh it off. Or I might be right. And I could be endangering my own life. But I'd try.
あ、ミオ、
Oh, Mion.
今日さ、お前の家に寄ってもいいか？
Is it okay if I stop by your place today?
お前、漫画かなり持ってるんだろ？
You've got a lot of manga, right?
少しまとめ借りしたいんだけどな。
I want to borrow a bunch of them.
え？
Huh?
いいけど。
Sure, I guess. There was an ominous meaning behind my words, so Mion realized what I really meant right away. I wanted to talk about something alone. That's what I meant.
みーちゃん、ケイチくん、早く帰ろう。
Mii-chan, Keiichi-kun, let's go home. Reina already had her shoes on and was waving to us from the schoolyard. Mion's house was gigantic in every way imaginable. The house itself was a vaguely old-fashioned traditional Japanese house, but the yard, I guess, or the plot of land, was enormous. It easily convinced me that they really were major landowners, with Hinamizawa under their thumb. Mion brought me through the guest room, and a servant brought us some tea.
へえ、
Wow,
さすが金持ちだな。
you really are rich, huh?
お手伝いさんなんか雇ってるのかよ。
You even got housekeepers.
私とバッチャしか住んでないもの。
Grandma and I are the only ones who live here.
私だけじゃやってけないよ。
I wouldn't be able to do everything myself. The servant left, telling us it was 5 o'clock, then withdrew with soft footsteps.
週に2、3回ね。バッチャの世話とか掃除の手伝いで来てくれてる。
We had people come in to take care of Grandma and clean 2 or 3 times a week.
3、4人がローテーションで入ってくれてるんで、大抵毎日誰かがいてくれるよ。
They come in rotations of 3 or 4, so there's someone here almost every day.
夕方までだけどね。
Only until evening, though.
あ、宴会とかがあって人手が欲しい時には別途に呼んでるんだけどさ。
Oh, and if we're having a party or something where we need more help, we call up different people. If you had the money to hire all these people, then just take Satoko in. I glared at her as I thought that, and Mion seemed to catch on immediately.
ごめん。
Oh. Sorry.
いいよ。
It's fine.
金の問題じゃないことは分かってるからな。
I know it's not a money problem.
先に言っとくけど、うちはお金持ちかもしれないけど、
Just to be clear. My family may be rich, but
私に自由にできるお金は全くないんだからね。
it's not money that I can use freely for myself, okay?
そこだけは誤解しないでほしい。
I don't want you to misunderstand that. It kind of looked like I was bullying her. Mion had been apologizing to me a lot lately. Was Mion the sort of person who would do that this much? Maybe it's just that I've been looking so grim lately.
でさ、
So,
何？
what's up?
ケイちゃん、 なんか話があったんじゃないの？
You had something to talk about, right?
ミオンにかなり本気な話がある。
I have something pretty serious to discuss, Mion.
突然な話でミオンは面食らうかもしれないが
This will be
聞いて
sudden,
ほしい。
and you might be surprised. But I want you to hear me out.
何？
What?
あ、先に逃げ道を渡しておくな。
Oh. I'll give you a way out first.
仮に本当だったとしてミオンはそれを認めてくれなくてもいい。
Even if what I say is true, you don't need to admit it.
しらばっくれててもいい。
You're allowed to play dumb.
だけれど
But
最後まで俺の話は聞いてほしい。
I want you to listen till the end. What are you going to say?
鬼ヶ淵村御三家の今や筆頭家、その次期当主の園崎美音に話がある。
I have something to say to the next leader. But what's still the most important of the three families of Onikafuchi village? Mion Sonozaki. At first, Mion looked like she had no idea what I was saying. But at hearing the whole sentence and putting it together, she reacted.
どこで聞いたの？
Where did you hear that?
それは関係ないことだ。
It doesn't really matter. Is that what Takano told you? This? I definitely couldn't tell her who told me. Takano-san, you told me not to. But please forgive me. This is why I asked you about it after all.
ケイちゃんが鬼ヶ淵村の名を知ってることだけでも驚きだけど。
I was surprised just that you'd heard of Onikafuchi Village, Kei-chan.
私について、いろいろとあることないことを知ってそうだね。
But you seem to know a lot of things, both true and false. About me, too.
あ
Yeah,
あ、あること、
true
な
and,
いことだ。
and false.
俺が勘違いしてるだけなのかもしれない。
I really might just have the wrong impression here.
でも、それでもいいから聞いてくれ。
But I'm okay with that, so listen.
そして、もしも本当なんだったら、
And if it really is true,
ケイちゃんが何の話をしようとしてるかわからないけど、話す前に釘を刺すよ。
I don't know what you're getting at, Kei-chan. But let me say this beforehand.
とにかくケイちゃんは、大きな勘違いをしてる。
You've got a big misunderstanding.
だからできるなら、私はケイちゃんの話も聞きたくない。
So if it were possible, I wouldn't want to hear what you're about to say.
聞いても、何も叶えてあげられないからね。
Because even if you said it, I can't do anything to help you.
でも、話すことでケイちゃんの肩が少しでも軽くなるなら聞くよ。
Still, if talking about will lighten your burden even a little, I'll listen.
本当に聞くだけ。
I'm only just going to listen.
何も起こらないよ。
Nothing more will happen. Well, that sucks.
それでもいいね。
Are you okay with that?
あ、
Yeah. Neon seemed to know what kind of thing I'd be talking about. She warned me that doing so would be fruitless. That much was obvious. If what I was going to say was true, then the Sonozaki family would be the masterminds behind the string of freaky deaths that have been occurring every year in Hinamizawa.
お社様のたたりってあるよな。
You know that stuff. But Orishiro-sama's curse, right? Mion nodded a little.
正体不明。なぜ起こるのかも不明。
No one knows what it is or why it happens.
個々には解決しながらも、全体で見れば不可解な連続開始、連続失踪事件。
Even if each incident is solved, the string of deaths and accidents as a whole is still a mystery.
でも一つだけ共通することがある。
But there's one thing connecting them all.
それは必ず村の旧敵が標的に選ばれること。
And that's how the targets are always enemies of the village.
みたいだね。
Seems like it. Myeon spoke as if it didn't relate to her. That was fine. She didn't have to admit it. For now, I just want her to stay quiet and listen to me.
あさってだろ、綿流し。
The day after tomorrow. It's Watanagashi, isn't it?
今年のたたりの犠牲者ってさ、もう決まってるのか？
Has the sacrifice for this year's curse been decided already? Myeon didn't answer. Her expression remained the same, too. Like she said, she was just quietly listening.
あ、ごめんな。
Sorry.
聞いてるだけって約束なのに、質問しちゃ変だよな。
The promise was that you'd just listen. So it's weird for me to ask a question, huh? Myeon gave me a look she'd never given me before. A faraway look. A sympathetic one. She didn't nod. She just smiled faintly and listened to me.
もしも今年のたたりが聡子のおじじゃなかったなら、
If
聡子のおじに変えてくれ。
this year's curse isn't going to be on Satoko's uncle, then please change it to him.
だって去年は聡子のおばだろ。
I mean, last year was her aunt, right?
順番から言えば決しておかしくはないだろ。
It's in the right order, so it wouldn't be weird.
そうだね。そういう順序もあるね。
You're right. It seems like there's an order.
第一あいつ去年のたたりでおばが死んだ後、聡子を放り出して丸1年町に逃げ出してたじゃないか。
I mean, after her aunt died to the curse last year, he abandoned Satoko and fled into the town for a whole year.
そんなやつもろにお社様のたたり確定じゃないかよ。
Why wouldn't a guy like that definitely be next on Yorishiro-sama's list?
今年のたたりに選んでも不足はないはずだぜ。
There shouldn't be any issue of choosing him for this year.
そうだね。
I see.
今年のたたりであいつが死んでも、多分みんな納得するね。
If he were to die from the curse this year, no one would see anything unusual about it.
俺聞いたんだ。
I heard
お社様のたたりってのは
that Orishiro-sama's curse is, well, no matter how I looked at it, I wasn't sure whether I should continue. No matter how I tried, the words wouldn't come out.
ひなみ沢連続開始事件。
The string of freak deaths in Hinamizawa.
通称、お社様のたたりは、園崎家が主導で御三家が起こしている村ぐるみの事件だ。でしょ？
Also called Orishiro-sama's curse. You're saying they're incidents perpetrated by the village, carried out by the three families at the Sonozaki's instructions. Is that it?
別に俺は
I wasn't. Yes, you were.
それにミオンが関わってるとかそんなのには興味がないんだ。
I don't care one bit whether you have anything to do with it.
ただ
I'm just saying.
もしもそういうたたりを決めている連中に渡りがつくなら
If you have any way of communicating with whoever decides the targets of the curse,
聡子のおじをたたりに選ぶように言ってほしいだけなんだ。
I just want you to tell them to choose Satoko's uncle.
頼む。
Please!
ケイちゃんの言ってる内容は、さっきから本当にひどいこと。
Everything you've been saying has been terrible.
ひなみ沢連続開始事件が園崎家主導の事件なんだとしたら、それじゃあ 主犯格は私ってことだよね。
If the freak death incidents in Hinamizawa were carried out by the will of the Sonozaki family, that would mean the main culprit would be me, wouldn't it? Basically.
私がたたりを決め、指示をし、何人も殺めて消したことになる。
But that would mean that you've essentially also would have ended up targeting people close to your friends in the club. Now, if there was actually a demon inside of you that had bloodlust, I could picture them having no issue doing that. But what about you? And the jury, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out on whether or not there was a demon actually possessing her in Chapter 2. I would have chosen the target of the curse, given the instructions, killed many people, and gotten rid of others.
ケイちゃんは私を人殺し呼ばわりするんだ。
You're calling me a murderer, Kei-chan.
だから
I didn't say that. You didn't need to.
言ってるじゃないか。
Didn't you listen to me?
ミオンが連続殺人の主犯だろうと無関係だろうと俺はどうでもいいんだ。
I don't care whether you're the one behind the murders or not. I just don't.
たとえミオンが殺人犯だって俺の親友であることには何も関係ないじゃないか。
Even if you were the culprit, it doesn't change the fact that you're my friend.
それでも全然構わないんだぜ。
It doesn't matter at all.
警察に追われたら助けてやる。
If the police were chasing you, I'd come to help. Yeah, well, you tried to do something like that in Chapter 2, and that didn't end well for you, now did it?
お前のアリバイを作ってやるし逃走だって助けてやる。
I'd make you an alibi and even help you escape.
仲間で親友だからだ。
Because we're friends and comrades,
そうだろ。
aren't we? Mion looked surprised for a while. She was dumbfounded.
いきなり共犯宣言？
Now you're declaring yourself complicit.
ケイちゃん、かなり大胆だよ、それ。
Kei-chan, that's pretty bold of you.
いいから話の腰を折るな。
Come on, don't interrupt!
佐藤のおじを今年のたたりに。
Satoko's uncle. Choose him for...
ケイちゃん、ストップ。
Stop right there, Kei-chan.
そろそろご飯の準備をしたいから、今日はこれくらいにしたいんだけど。
I want to start on dinner soon, so I'd like to leave things at this.
ミオン。
Mion! Then I realized that my cheeks were wet with tears. They slid down my chin and fell, drip drop, to the tatami mat.
最初から言ってる通り、
It's like I said at the start.
ケイちゃんは大きな勘違いをしてる。
You've got a big misunderstanding.
お社様のたたりは、お社様のたたり。
Oishiro-sama's curse is just that.
たとえ人間の起こした事件であったにせよ、それは園崎家とは、ましてや私とは何の関係もないよ。
Even if there were people behind those incidents, they don't have anything to do with the Sonozaki family. Or me either. That doesn't really match with that whole story that you ended up telling me about in Chapter 2 when Keiichi and Reina confronted you about, well, you being the instigator of those chapters' events. Wasn't that whole freaking speech about the village and how it just its reputation came under fire after World War II because of the whole scandal involving the canned meats and all that stuff? Wasn't one of the things that you mentioned how the Sonozaki family has basically had to ensure very strict upholdings. Is that even a word? Upholdings. Why am I having trouble articulating this fucking thing? But whatever. Point is, I'm pretty sure you mentioned that the Sonozaki families had to have basically upheld a lot of stuff regarding the village's teachings and its history in order to ensure order within this place, right? Which is why you ended up killing everyone that you did. So at least in part, the Sonozaki family had some kind of connection to these incidents. Maybe I'm misremembering things. I mean, there was a lot of fucking information that you were feeding me during then here. That was a lot for me to take in. So I can't dismiss the possibility I'm misremembering some things here, but still, I find it hard to believe here that your family has nothing to do with what's going on in this village. I mean, for fuck's sake, how do you even explain the wonderful little maze and torture chamber and all those other fun stuff that you got built right underneath this freaking property? Not that Keiichi knows that right now, but still. I just find it hard to believe that Sonozakis don't have anything to do with what's going on. I understand that. It's just...
だからケイちゃんの必死の訴えには胸を打たれるけど、それだけ。
It was touching to hear such a desperate plea, Kei-chan. But that's all it was.
私が叶えてあげたくても叶えてあげられない。
Even if I wanted to help, I can't.
それもわかるね。
You understand that too, right? Yeah.
でも、ケイちゃんの気持ちは痛いくらいにわかったよ。
But now I know how you feel so well, it hurts.
もしも本当に私が、ケイちゃんの言うように、御三家を操って、毎年の犠牲者を選べる立場にあったなら。
If I really were, like you said, the one controlling the three families and choosing the sacrifices every year.
きっと私は、ケイちゃんの願いを叶えているよ。
I'd probably grant your wish.
Mion!
でも現実は違う。私はただの園崎ミオン。
But the reality is different. I'm just Mion Sonozaki.
確かに園崎家はいろいろな意味で悪い噂を持ってひなみ沢を影から支配している一族だけれども。
My family may be the subject of all sorts of bad rumors about controlling Hinamizawa from the shadows.
連続開始事件とは何の関係もない。
But we have nothing to do with the Freaky Death incidents. Once again, I find that hard to believe. And your family is perfectly fine with basically putting pressure on the police forces here in order to protect its fucking image. And by extension, the village's image. If anything happens here that looks like it could paint the whole place in a bad light, and by extension, your family. I've seen that firsthand. And also, again, how do you explain the death chamber thing right below this property?
ダム闘争では確かに少々過激な抵抗もしたけれど、それだけ。
We may have been a little extreme during the dam war, but that's all.
人殺しなんて大それたこと、絶対にやらないよ。
We would never do something so insane as to kill people.
そんな悲しいこと言うなよ。
Then who the hell is responsible for the corpse at the beginning of this chapter? If you or your family are not in any way connected to it. Don't say such things.
せめて今だけでも。
Right now, at least.
嘘でもいいから。
I don't care.
うなずいてくれればいいじゃないか。
Why can't you just be nice and lie to me?
ケイちゃん。
Kei-chan.
夢を見るのは勝手。
You're free to believe what you like.
私がここでうなずいてみせれば、ケイちゃんは聡子があさっての夜に解放されると信じて肩の荷を下ろすことができるんだろうけどね。
If I lied to you now, you'd be convinced Satoko would be freed the night after tomorrow, and you'd be able to shed much of your burden.
でも 無情にも聡子の叔父はあさっての夜も超える。
However, reality is harsh. Satoko's uncle will survive beyond that day.
来週になっても再来週になっても居続ける。
He'd still be alive next week, and the week after that.
それを覚悟してね。
You need to prepare yourself for that.
私は綿流しの次の日になぜ殺さなかったなんてケイちゃんに詰め寄られたくない。
I don't want you coming to me the day after Watanagashi and demanding to know why he wasn't killed.
ミオ。
Mion. Mion stood up slowly and closed the sliding door to keep out the wind that had grown chilly.
ミオさんかな。
Was it Mio-san?
ケイちゃんにそんな話を吹き込んだのは。
Did she give you all those ideas?
あの人、ひなみ沢をいい感じに誤解してるからな。
She really likes to misunderstand things about Hinamizawa. By Mio... Okay, we're talking about Takana, right? She really likes to misunderstand things about Hinamizawa. Why do you say that?
まあ、本人が一人で楽しんでる分にはいいんだけど。
Well, we can let her have her fun. No, seriously, tell me. Why do you say that she really likes to misunderstand things about Hinamizawa?
ケイちゃんを感化するのはいただけないな。
But I don't really want her to influence you, Kei-chan. I feel like this line is important.
やれやれ。
Even if it's something trivial, just tell me. Jeez.
これだからよそ者は。
This is why outsiders are no good.
高野さんは関係ないからな。
Takano-san has nothing to do with it.
はいはい。
Right, right.
でも安心して。
Don't worry.
仮にミオさんがケイちゃんに喋ったと分かったって別にどうにもならないんだから。
Even though I know she told you about Kei-chan, nothing's going to happen. What's your guarantee?
別にミオさんが今年のたたりに選ばれるわけじゃない。
It's not like Mio-san will be chosen for this year's curse. Didn't stop her from being chosen the last 2 times.
そもそも今年もたたりがあるかどうかなんてわからないよ。
Besides, we don't even know for sure if the curse will happen this year.
あんなの不幸な偶然がただ積み重なっただけなんだからさ。
Maybe it was all just a pile of unfortunate coincidences. Wouldn't that be nice?
聞いてくれてありがとな。
Thanks for listening.
もしもミオンが連続事件と何の関係もなかったなら
If you aren't
本当
connected
に不愉
to
快な話をした。
if you aren't connected to the serial deaths at all, then that must have been an uncomfortable conversation.
謝っておくな。
I'll apologize for it.
そうだね。
I see.
謝っておいてくれるかな。
You'll apologize for it. Mion says she didn't have much time, but she still brought me to the gate. She said she had a meeting or something today about Sunday's Watanagashi festival, so there would be a lot of people from the town council and the festival committee coming. Despite her day being so busy, she still listened to what I had to say.
天に神様がいるならさ、
If there's a God in heaven,
きっとケイちゃんの強い思いは伝わるから。
then he probably understands how strongly you feel.
あ、
Yeah,
今日は変な話をして本当にごめんな。
I'm really sorry for being so weird today.
今日の話はなかったことにしてくれていい。
You can pretend like this discussion never happened if you want.
うん。
Okay,
忘れておくよ。
I'll forget about it.
じゃあ
Okay,
明日な。
see you tomorrow.
バイバイ。
Bye bye. I had really only spent a short time with Mion. Talking to her made me think. It was clear what Takano-san had told me, at least, wasn't a complete fabrication. If Mion was really unconnected to the incidents, then she probably wouldn't have listened to me so quietly. She heard me out until I was done without making any quips. And I wanted to think that was proof. Or maybe she just wanted to be patient with you, no matter what you said to her. I did kind of feel like I was grasping at straws. Of course, thinking back on it, it was a terrible thing to discuss. I mean, I went to my friend's house, called her a serial murderer, and then told her to kill Satoko's uncle. I was the only one talking that whole time. Mion quietly listened to everything I had to say like a pastor listening to a confession. She could have gotten angry partway through, told me off, and to go wash my face in miso soup and come back later. But she didn't. Was that proof that Mion's family, the Sonozaki, were the masterminds? Or was she just listening because she felt sorry for me going kind of crazy? I didn't know which it was. But it was the one effort I could make at the moment. It was another form of insurance. Should worst come to worst, and the public agency decide to wait and see. Speaking of public agency, I wonder if they've visited Satoko's house yet. It was a completely useless resistance, literally grasping at straws. Sensei said that if she reported it to the Child Consultation Center, they'd have to respond on the same day. Could they already be in the middle of responding to it now? If Satoko had come to school tomorrow morning all energetic, then everything would be just a needless fear. Why couldn't tomorrow come faster? That night was unusually hot and humid, and I couldn't get to sleep. I said all that to Sensei. They couldn't possibly decide to wait and see again this year. I think that's exactly what they're going to do, given the lacking evidence that you've given them. Satoko, what was it like for her tonight? Has she tasted the end of her nightmare, enjoying a night of liberation? I actually put my hands together and prayed into my futon. Well, I'm sure we're going to find out in a few minutes. Good morning, Keiichi-kun.
Ohayo.
Morning.
よかった。
Thank goodness.
今日もお寝坊かと思ったよ。
I thought you overslept today, too. If I did, would you come in here using Colonel? Would you have come into his house using Colonel Sanders as a freaking ram and then just woke him up that way? That would be very nice of you.
昨日はおばさまに
And kind
は
of rude at the
先に
same
行ったって
time.
言われるし、学校には来ていないし。
Your mom said you'd gone on ahead yesterday, and then you weren't at school.
途中で日射病で倒れちゃったのかなって心配してたんだから。
I was worried that you had gotten heat stroke halfway there.
へいへい。昨日は心配かけて申し訳ございませんでした。
Yeah. I'm very sorry for all the worry I caused you yesterday.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
みーちゃん、おはよ
Mi-chan, good morning.
う。大丈夫？なんかすっごく眠そうだよ。
Are you alright? You look really tired.
そういえば昨日は遅くまで町会の人が集まっての打ち合わせ会だったんだろ？
Alright. Wasn't there a big business meeting with all the people on the town council yesterday?
打ち合わせ会なんて名ばかりの宴会だよ。
They only called it that. It was more like a party.
毎年やってるお祭りだもん。
We have the festival every year, right?
今さら小難しい打ち合わせなんかないし。
We wouldn't have any annoying meetings at this point.
今日の午後はやっぱりお祭りのお手伝いに行くのかな？
Are you going to help out the festival this afternoon then?
うん。
Yep.
バッチャの代わりにいろいろ挨拶しなきゃなんないし。
I have to do a meet and greet with all sorts of people in Grandma's place.
それにね、祭りってのは準備からもう始まってるからね。
Besides, they already started setting up for the festival. Our morning conversation was lighthearted as usual. It looked like Mion had thankfully forgotten about how I barged into her house yesterday with that crazy talk. The more I think back on it, I felt like I'd really said something terrible to her. Well, it would have been very much true in Chapter 2. I was really thoughtless, and it wouldn't have been weird if she'd yelled at me. It was highly possible Takano-sen had exaggerated her story. To think that our comrade and friend, Mion, the young leader of the Sonozakis, one of the three families effectively controlling Hinamizawa, was pulling the strings behind the serial death incidents was a little unbelievable. But if there was even a 1% chance that was true, you know, someone's been bugging me about what Takano told Keiichi. Wasn't like, I don't remember. How common is the theory in the public mind, if it's common at all, that the Sonozaki family might have anything to do with the deaths that have been the freaky deaths that have been going on for the past few years? I know for sure that the police in Okinomiya suspect that they may be involved. I know that for a fact. Ushi in particular, but what about the rest of the populace at large in either Hinamizawa or even Okinomiya, for that matter? Wish I fucking remembered. Because I bring this up because if it's not that common at all, then it just makes me wonder, how would Takano know about, well, or rather would suspect something like that? Why would she suspect something like that? If I knew how common that this theory behind the Sonozaki was to the general populace here in this area, then I could probably figure out then I could probably have some idea how I should look at this. But I fucking don't. I swear to God, it feels like my memory is getting crappier and crappier as time goes on. Then what I said yesterday to Mion might have been a success. Yes, it was no more than 1 in 100. But that little bit of effort might have brought the chances of setting Satoko up by even a tiny bit. Or you could have pissed off the people that are involved with the murders, like maybe Mion, if she actually is connected to these things after all, and you just probably put a bullseye on your back instead. At least I'd made that effort. After yesterday ended, I was sure I'd done everything I possibly could. If there was something else I could do, it was probably just to clap my hands and pray that Satoko's uncle would be killed by the curse.
Satoko, 今日は来ているといいな。
I hope Satoko makes it today.
そうだね。
Me too.
先生がいろいろと手配してくれたんでしょ？
Sensei is doing things for her, right?
きっと大丈夫だよ。
I'm sure it'll be fine.
ひなみざわ地区の民生委員が私のおばさんなんだけどさ。
My aunt is a welfare agent in the Hinamizawa district.
ゆうべ電話して聞いてみたよ。
I gave her a call last night.
へえ、み 兄ちゃんのおばさんって
Huh.
民生委員さんなんだね。
I didn't know your aunt was a welfare officer. I didn't either.
それで
What happened?
さとこちゃんのことなんて言ってたの？
Did you tell her about Satoko-chan?
うん。
Yep.
先生があの後、直接沖宮の生活相談所に電話してね。
Chi-sensei called the Okinomiya Child Consultation Center right after we talked to her.
担当の職員さんが夕べのうちに訪問したらしいよ。
A child welfare officer apparently visited before the night was over.
私のおばさんにも今後定期的にアプローチするようにと連絡があったって。
My aunt said they were going to pay visits at regular intervals from now on.
小難しい話はいいよ。
Well, that's just great. The uncle's probably not too happy about this. Enough of the dumb little stuff.
それより、サトコはどうなったんだよ。
I want to know what happened to Satoko.
保護されたのか？
Did they get her safe? I bet I know the answer, and it'll only take 2 letters to spell. Is close to no, I suppose.
おばさんはそこまでは知らされてなかったみたい。
My aunt wasn't that informed about it.
本来はこういうのって秘密だからね。
I was supposed to keep this a secret anyway.
おばさんが私に話してくれたのも十分に倫理違反なんだしさ。
Her telling me was a big breach of ethics in the first place. No fucking shit.
くそ、かえって不安になったぞ。
Damn. Makes me feel even worse.
行こう学校に。
Let's get to school. Right. Discussing this more would just make us feel worse. It was far quicker to go to school and see if Satoko was safe or not. The 3 of us nodded and ran off. Was Satoko safe? What measures had the Child Consultation Center taken? I didn't care what. As long as we could go back to our peaceful life with Satoko today, it didn't matter to me. I think it really should. At the shoe racks of the entrance, Reina took a peek in Satoko's shoe cubby.
あ、さとこちゃんの靴あるよ。あるよ。
Satoko's shoes are here. They're here. Well.
ケイチくん、さとこちゃんは来てるよ。
Kei-chan, Satoko came. Well, that's nice. She came. But here's my question. What condition is she in? Physically and mentally?
よかった。
Thank goodness.
来てるだけじゃわからないだろ。
We don't know if anything happened just because she came to school.
サトコの顔を見るまで何もわかるものか。
We can't know anything until we see her face. We trod towards the classroom. The classroom was lively as it usually was in the morning.
サトコ、
Satoko!
どこだ？
Where are you?
みー、
You ain't Satoko, but good morning, Rika.
ここにちゃんといますですよ。
She's right here.
朝っぱらから騒々しいですわね。
It's too early in the morning to be so loud.
少しはお静かになさい
Would
ま
you
せ。
please keep it down a bit? Well, you don't have the dull eyes of unhappiness about you, so maybe not too bad?
さとこちゃん、
Satoko-chan,
その、大丈夫だった？
are you okay? All our friends crowded around Satoko excitedly.
あのさ、さとこ、
So Satoko,
家でどういう話になったわけ？
how did it go at your house?
呼んだのはどなたですの？
Who was it that called them?
まったく、どんな騒ぎでしたのよ。
I swear. It was quite a mess, you know.
先生だよ。
He was the teacher.
あれだけ欠席すりゃ心配もする。
You were absent for so long, of course she was worried. Satoko said I told you I'm fine under her breath. She was still, trying to overcome all the suffering on her own.
私もおじさまもとんだ迷惑でしたのよ。
It was a big bother to both me and my uncle. Well, I don't really think people care all that much if your uncle is bothered as long as it doesn't come back to bite you in the butt.
急にあんなに人に押しかけられて、もう。
That person just barged in on us suddenly. Jeez.
みんなさとこちゃんのこと心配してたんだよ。
Everyone was worried about you, Satoko.
迷惑だなんて言わないで。
Don't say it was a bother.
ああ、もう
Ah, jeez.
とにかくそれで
Anyway,
どうなったんだよ。
what happened?
どうもこうもしませんわ。
Nothing happened.
風邪が治ったから学校に来ただけのことですのよ。
My cold got better, so I came back to school. That's all. Translation. Uncle Dearest did not want to rouse any suspicion from the welfare agents, so he sent me to school today.
これからはあんまりお休みして心配をかけないようにしないといけませんわね。
I can't take too much time off now from now on because then you all worry about me. What was Satoko saying? I just translated. Perk up your ears, boy.
どうなったの？
What happened to, well, your uncle?
ええ、多少誤解があったことを認めて、二人でごめんなさいをしまして。
Oh, he admitted there were some misunderstandings, and we both apologized. Tug. Rika-chan grabbed the back of my collar and pulled me away.
なんだよ、リカちゃん。
What is it, Rika-chan? Rika-chan silently dragged me all the way into the hallway.
リカちゃん、あれはどういうことだよ。
Rika-chan, what did that mean?
さとこは何でもないと言って追い返してしまいました。
Satoko said nothing was happening and chased them away.
バカ野郎!
That idiot!
なんで?
But why? Why? What do you mean why? You know why. No. Somewhere in my mind, I thought it might turn out like this. Satoko didn't ask for anyone's help. She didn't hide behind anyone. She was trying to ride out this pain. She wanted to show Satoshi proof that if he came back to them, she wouldn't need to hide behind him anymore.
だけど、監督に聞いた話じゃ、保護士ってのは本人の意思に関係なく緊急保護をすることができるんだろう。
But Coach said probation officers can bring her to safety in an emergency even if it's against her wishes.
いくらサトコが虐待を否定したって、虐待は事実。
However much Satoko denies the abuse, it's a fact. But they need clear evidence, right, that there's abuse going on. Hell, if they actually witnessed... Hell, I'm sure if they actually witnessed the uncle punching Satoko or something right as they're walking up to the fucking house, that right there would have been enough proof. But I sincerely doubt that's what happened. Chi-sensei finally came. Her expression was far from cheerful.
前原くんの言う通り。
Yes. You're right, Maibara-kun.
児童福祉士は緊急性があると判断すれば、職権で緊急保護をすることができます。
If the child welfare officer determines that it's an emergency, they have the right to immediately take them to safety,
当事者の意思に関係なく。
regardless of the affected party's intent.
じゃあどうして
Then why?
どうしてサトコの意思が変に尊重されて保護されないことに
Why is Satoko's intent being respected so much? It's weird! Why don't they put her into safety?
それに、沖宮の相談所もいろいろ検討した末にそういう判断を。
Well, after looking into it from many angles, that's what the Okinomiya Child Consultation Center determined.
なんだよそりゃ
What the hell is that?
昨日あんた絶対に助けるから大丈夫って言わなかったかこれはどういうことだよおかしいじゃねえかよおい
Sensei! Did you just say it was going to be alright? Since you definitely save her? What's the meaning of this? This doesn't make any sense! Answer me, damn it!
Keiichi?
Keiichi,
実はこれが3回目なのです。
this is actually the third time.
過去にも
2回あったのです。
It happened twice in the past, too.
フルデさん、
Was that what that report was about? That anonymous report? That it was done by an anonymous caller? It wasn't actually you guys who called, like you told, but it was someone else entirely? Fruit-san. Sensei tried to stop her, but Rika-chan went on speaking anyway.
過去に2度
Twice before?
一昨年の冬に通報して様子見になったって話は聞いてるが、その前にもあったのか？
I heard they decided to wait and see after reporting it to the winner before last. But it happened before then too?
サトコの死んでしまったお父さんはサトコの本当のお父さんではないのです。
Satoko's father, who died, wasn't her real father. What? News to me?
え？
What?
リカちゃん、それが
Rika-chan.
え？
That's... What? I'm stunned at the sudden revelation. I had no idea what Rika-chan wanted to tell me. But it seemed really important. So I couldn't get a word in either.
サトコのお母さんは再婚なのです。
Satoko's mother remarried.
サトコとサトシはお母さんの連れ子で、お父さんとは血はつながっていなかったのです。
She brought Satoko and Satoshi with her, so they weren't related by blood to their father. So technically, the uncle is unrelated to them too. Satoshi was a good kid, one who listened politely to what adults told him. He was immediately welcomed by their new father, and was loved. But Satoko was different. She was rebellious. She told lies. She played pranks. Her stepfather didn't like her at all. What?
つまりどういうことだよ？
So, what do you mean?
サトコはおじ夫婦に預けられる以前の家族の時もあまり良好な家族関係ではなかったのです。
Even before she was given to her... Wait a minute. I think I remember now. That uncle detailed an aunt and uncle in that whole thing, not a mother and father. Even before she was given to their uncle and his wife, Satoko didn't have a very good relationship with her family. Of course, her stepfather didn't have any malicious intent at the start. At first, he must have worked hard to get his new daughter to accept him. But the young Satoko didn't make any effort at all towards that end. She was distant towards their stepfather, and never opened her heart to him even a little. She just got on his nerves all the time, with seemingly forced lies and pranks. Her father's discipline and punishment must have been loving at first, of course. But that too faded quickly.
私はその時はひなみ沢にいなかったからよく知らないけれど、
I don't know because I wasn't in Hinamizawa at the time.
昨日電話で初めて知りました。
But I learned this on the phone yesterday.
先生が聞いたのはどんな話ですか？
What story did you hear, Sensei?
さとこちゃんが
That's Satoko-chan
両親、
wanted to trick her parents.
特に義理のお父さんを陥れるのを目的に嘘の話を作って、
Especially her stepfather, so she made up a false story
自分で生活相談所に電話した。
and phoned the child consultation center herself. Good lord.
自称と作り話？
She made up a story about hurting herself?
サトコは嫌いなお父さんを追い払うため嘘の電話をしたのです。
Satoko made a fake phone call to try and get rid of the father she hated. Child welfare officers rushed there and heard the story. Her father genuinely apologized for a few times when he had gone too far, and agreed to let the Child Welfare Center give him coaching.
いろいろと関係機関が調べた結果ね。
Related agencies looked into it quite a bit.
ギフとさとこちゃんの心のすれ違いに原因があることは分かったんだけど、
They determined that Satoko-chan and her stepfather's hearts not being quite matched up was the cause of the incident.
それ以上にさとこちゃん自身に問題があることが分かったの。
But they found another problem above that with Satoko-chan.
サトコに問題って何です？
Problem with Satoko? What was it? Satoko's mother. There were a few times where she had lived with de facto husbands, though those relationships didn't result in marriage. From a young age, Satoko had been forced to call at least 2 or 3 people her father. So no stable father figure growing up. That definitely isn't good for a child's development. At some point, Satoko's pranks escalated. She would spill food on purpose, turn over her plate, and even throw it. She would break the windows in the neighborhood and shoplift candy. She would put thumbtacks everywhere and set other traps to seriously hurt people. Not in the way she did now, just to get laughs. She was also fond of telling lies that would be found out right away. And people got mad at her every time. Troubling as this behavior is for a young child, this definitely sounds like a cry for attention. But she never, ever changed her behavior.
さとこちゃんのことを問題児なんて思わないでね。
Please don't think Satoko-chan was a problem child.
これは幼いさとこちゃんが母親を知らない男に取られまいとして取った自衛的な行為なの。
It was an act of self-defense that she had to take against the unknown men her mother had chosen. In regards to Satoko's problematic behavior, psychology experts from public institutions indicate her actions were to draw her mother's attention to herself. They acknowledged that she had a form of harmful emotional trauma and declared that she needed counseling and therapy from professionals. They didn't know where that therapy had healed the wounds in her heart.
さとこちゃんはわざと体に傷を作り、お父さんに虐待を受けているとね。自分で通報してお父さんを追い出そうとした。
Satoko-chan purposely hurt herself and told him that she was being abused by her stepfather in an attempt to chase him out.
でも結局サトコをいじめてたわけだろ、そのギフは。
But in the end, her stepfather did abuse her, right?
いいえ。
No.
虐待の話は全部さとこちゃんの作り話だった。
All the abuse had been made up by Satoko-chan.
義理のお父さんはもちろん少し感情的な叱り方をしてしまったかもしれないけど、逸脱しているほどではなかったの。
Her stepfather, of course, may have scolded her in a somewhat emotional way, but it was nothing out of the ordinary. Satoko had lied to chase away her stepfather, and they saw through her right away and found out that Satoko had issues.
ひょっとしてそのせいで一昨年の冬は様子見に。
Oh. Could it be? That's why. The winter before last. They decided to wait and see?
はい。
Yes. Well, fuck. Talk about your own troubled behavior coming to bite you back in the ass hard later on. Poor Satoko.
ちゃんと昔の記録が残ってましたですから。
The center had all their past records.
サトコの嘘の可能性もあるから慎重に、ということになりましたのです。
So they needed to act carefully, in case Satoko was lying.
なんだよそれ。
What the hell?
つまりなんだよ。
So what?
サトコは嘘をつくかもしれないから慎重に。
Satoko might be telling a lie, so they needed to be careful.
だから様子を見ろってことになってんのかよ。
How does that mean? That they just end up waiting and seeing?
狼と羊飼いさんなのです。
It was the girl who cried wolf. That fable about telling a lie once, making others unwilling to believe you later. The thing was about that fable, this is actually a common misunderstanding, was that the boy who cried wolf falsely did not do it once and then everyone didn't believe him after the fact. He did it multiple times until eventually people just caught on that it was a game that he was playing with them and decided that, well, when he was actually in danger, unbeknownst to them, of being eaten by a wolf, and he was actually crying real cries for help, they thought it was just another game, yet another game that the boy was playing on them, and they ignored him. And so the boy got eaten by the wolf. Fun little bit of trivia I just felt like blurting out. Forgive me.
ふざけんなよ。
That's bullshit!
昔のことなんか全然無関係だろ。
The past has nothing to do with this, does it?
今現在起こってる事実だけが重要なんだろうが。
Only what's really happening right now is important.
サトコはおじに虐待されている。
Satoko is being abused by her uncle.
どうしてその事実が昔の出来事で歪められなきゃならねえんだよ。
Why is something that happened in the past getting in the way of helping her now? They just explained that to you, you fool. Neither Sensei nor Rika-chan had anything to say to that.
とにかく、それを慎重に判断するために、保護士さんが昨日訪れましたのです。
Anyway, yesterday, a probation officer visited to carefully determine what was going on. And Satoko dealt with them, put on the best, strongest smile she could manage, and denied the abuse. Of course, she was probably being threatened to keep quiet about it by her uncle. Satoko was trying to outlast everything without asking for help. Satoko wanted to wait for Satoshi to come back home, and she outright denied the truth of the abuse. Idiot. What? You're not really enduring it? Do you really think pretending like this will actually bring Satoshi back? Just stop it already. Satoshi, he abandoned you. And the fact that he hasn't shown up to save you now is proof, isn't it? So just stop it. Please stop being weird and pretending to endure it.
今した話は全部忘れるように。
Forget everything we just said.
いいですね。
Understand?
他の子に喋ったら先生怒りますからね。
If you tell anyone else, your teacher will be very mad with you. Chi-sensei gave me a warning, then left to go back to the teacher's lounge.
ケイチ、
Keiichi,
サトコのことをかわいそうな子なんて思わないでくださいです。
please don't think Satoko is a pathetic, pitiful girl. I wouldn't even dream of it.
サトコはしっかり生きていますです。
She's living life.
サトコは
She's...
そんなの分かってる。俺たちのかけがえのない仲間だ。
I know that! She's our irreplaceable friend.
サトコはまだ頑張っています。
Satoko is still trying her best.
もう少し見守ってあげましょうです。
But let's watch over her. A little longer.
相談所の人が今後も定期的に訪問すると言ってるのです。
The person from the consultation center said they'd visit periodically from now on.
大変なことになったらすぐに助けてくれますよ。
If something terrible happens, they'll help her right away.
大変なことになった後だろ。
Yeah, but only after it happens. Any more than that would have sounded like I was picking a fight. So I firmly swallowed my next words and went back to the classroom. Mion and Reina were talking to Satoko like they always did. It was a silly conversation. A humorous, even fun one, like it was any old day. If Satoko really said she could still endure it, then maybe I should do as Rika-chan said and watch over her. Maybe whatever help I offer will just go unwanted. You did not have a good childhood at all, did you, Satoko? At any point.
さて、お昼でございますわね。
Your real father being out of the picture, your mother constantly remarrying people, having no stable father figures in your life, everything we just learned, and then finding yourself in the care of asshole and his wife. And then your brother leaving you is just, holy fuck, man. Okay, why don't we all have lunch?
5人揃ってのお昼は久しぶりだね。
It's been a while since it's been all 5 of us.
やっぱりこうじゃないとダメだよね。
This really is how it has to be.
まったく同感同感。
Here, here.
ほらほらケイちゃんも
Come on, you too, Kei-chan.
机寄せて。
Bring your desk over. Satoko brought her own desk over as well, grinning broadly. Even knowing nothing had been resolved, this exchange was pleasant. It made me remember how fun it used to be.
いつまでもリカにお弁当を作ってもらっては悪いですわね。
I can't have Rika making a bento for me forever.
いいのですよ。
I don't mind.
さとこのお弁当を作るのは僕の楽しみなのです。
I have fun making your bento. Rika-chan's such a good girl. Having such a good friend must be so reassuring.
僕に大きなハンバーグを入れて、
I put in the big steak,
さとこには焦げたのを入れて、
and Satoko puts in the burned stuff.
さとこだけかわいそでニパーン。
So if it was just Satoko, it'd be so sad. So very sad. Nipa. I take it back. Well, she's Rika-chan after all.
ほらほら、見て見て。
Hey, come on, look!
今日はほら、オムライスなんだよ。
I got omelet rice today.
マッシュルームとか美味しそうだよね。だよね。
Mushrooms and stuff are delicious. Delicious. How?
いつもながらお見事なお手前でございましたよ。
I say it every time, but your craftsmanship is splendid.
いつお嫁に行ってもおかしくない腕前ですわね。
You could become a wife whenever and not have a problem.
お嫁。
A wife! A wife!
お嫁を食べると。
Eating! A wife! I could have said something dirty, but I chose not to. Using the word wife is totally forbidden around Reina.
以後控えるように。
Please don't say it again.
ほんのちょっぴり 反省しましたよ。
I'll think about what I've done. A little.
ところでミオンの弁当はなんだよ。
By the way, what's in your lunch, Mion?
今日のはまた趣が違って期待大だな。
It looks different again today. We're all waiting in anticipation.
おじさんはまったりと夕べのおかず詰め合わせね。
It's a rich assortment of side dishes left over from what my uncle brought last night.
煮物がいい感じなんだよ。
The stew looks really great, huh?
ほら、大根の色はかなりいいでしょ。
The color of the rashes, too. Really good, right?
わあ、美味しそうなのです。
Wow. It looks delicious.
煮物は一晩寝かせてからが真骨頂だな。
Stew tastes best when it's left overnight.
これはかなりいけそうだ。
This looks like it'd be really good.
よってサトコの分はなし。
And so there'll be none left for Satoko. Don't even joke about that right now. She could be starving.
俺が全部食って感想を聞かせるから黙って見てろ。
I'll eat it all and tell you what I think. So just be quiet and watch.
なんですって？
What was that?
私の分もおよこしなさいな。
Hand over my portion too. Elbow, punch, headbutt. I'll use my knees too. Rya!
密着距離まで入れば私の有利は動きませんわね。
At close range like this, my advantage is unwavering.
ケイチさんの分のお大根が実に美味しいですわ。
Keiichi-san. The daikon in your portion tastes really good.
ちくしょう。バトル開始時から密着でいきなりコンボとは。
Damn it. Coming right for me from the start and using a combo attack.
無念。
How humiliating. This little exchange. How long had it been? It looked like they'd ended up going with the wait-and-see approach. But maybe her uncle had realized he'd gone a little too far and would dial it back now. If her treatment improved a little, would that be a good thing? As long as it stayed like that, then I'd argue yes. Satoko was growing whiter than I'd seen her as she chomped down on her mouthful of the daikon she'd plundered from me. Did it really taste that good? She probably wasn't eating good food for a while, for all we know, so maybe. Oh. You don't look okay. I should be very concerned, shouldn't I? Satoko was somewhat cute like that. Just as I'd done many times, I grabbed her head and started petting it. Catch! Smack! Flip-flop, clatter, clatter. Huh?
さとこちゃん？
Satoko? Chan? What happened? Did she collapse? It was so sudden that for a moment I didn't know what had happened. The back of my hand was stinging. I went to pet Satoko's head, and then she hit my hand? What?
どうしたの、さとこ。
What's wrong, Satoko? Satoko was scratching at her head, as though a pimple or something had appeared on it and become itchy. It was so sudden and so unprovoked that I didn't understand what happened.
どうしたサトコ？
Huh? What's wrong, Satoko? At some point, her body had been covered in a thin layer of sweat, and her breathing had turned ragged. What's going on? When I pet her head, she did not like it. Was that what it meant?
お前、頭撫でられるの嫌いだったっけ？
Hey, did you dislike being petted? Once again, slowly, I held out the palm of my hand and brought it close to Satoko's head. The instant the palm of my hand touched her head, there was a shock like static electricity, and Satoko began to howl. What the hell is going on? Thud, slam. She grabbed my arm in both hands, and as if flinging off a snake trying to cling to her, as if trying to throw something dirty, she threw it violently. It happened too suddenly for me to react. I hit the desk behind me, and both it and I fell to the floor. Good fucking God, how strong is she? The classroom fell deathly silent. As Satoko bellowed, it sounded like she was in the throes of death, as she unsteadily backed away. Okay, seriously, I think something is wrong with her, so I think somebody should be prepared to catch her if she collapses, go after her if she runs away, or restrain her if she starts getting more violent. Then she threw up the food she'd just eaten. Is she sick? She vomited it all back up. Splish splat. The sound of Satoko's vomit hitting the floor rang throughout the classroom.
大丈夫かよ、サトコ。具合でも。
Are you okay, Satoko? You seem sick. That seems like a really stupid fucking question to ask, considering the situation. She is vomiting. I reached out a hand, and she swatted away with all her might. With such extreme strength that I fell into the floor again. Satoko put both hands on her head as though protecting it, groaned some more, and took a few steps back. And then, she began swinging both hands around. Students in nearby seats were forced to evacuate. She grabbed anything within reach, bento boxes, chairs, threw them, tossed them, and flung them about. Somebody restrain her!
ちょっとやめなよ、サトコ。
Wait! Stop it, Satoko!
あんた、どうしちゃったの？
What's wrong with you? She screamed out as if Mion's word had caused her physical pain. No one spoke a word to her. All the students were withdrawing behind us, leaving Satoko alone in the corner of the classroom. Around her, there were desks and chairs all over the floor. Bento lay scattered. It was terrible. All I could hear was Satoko's ragged breaths and the voices of the cicadas. Somebody call a fucking ambulance! I think there's something wrong! I'm sorry. The strings of tension loosened around Satoko. And maybe she suddenly grew scared of her own actions, because she started trembling and gave a word of apology. But nobody knew just who that apology was directed towards. So, for now, I decided to answer as everyone's representative.
いや、そっちこそ大丈夫か?
No, it's fine. Are you all right?
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. Our words didn't match each other at all. Satoko hugged her shoulders and back Back she went. Bang! She ran into the locker of the cleaning supplies in it. Even that made her give a little yelp. The impact caused the bucket atop the locker to fall, making a loud sound. And that scared Satoko most of all. She almost jumped out of her skin, grabbing a bunch of the curtain in her hands. Nobody spoke to her. They could only look, not even remembering to blink.
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。私じゃないです。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Ah! Ah! What do you mean it wasn't you? Somebody just please restrain her. Get an ambulance. Get somebody to get help. There's something. I think there's something wrong with her, and it's more than just an upset stomach. Satoko, what on earth? I stood up, took a step away from everyone, and approached Satoko.
何があったんだ?
What happened?
だから
I said,
私知らないです。私知らないです。
I don't know.
違うから、もう嫌です。やめてください。許して。
You're wrong. You're wrong. Please stop. Please forgive me. Wrong about what? Slow down.
落ち着けよ。
Just calm down.
サトコ、俺がわかるか?
Satoko, do you know who I am?
もう嫌だ。嫌です。
No more. I hate this. Every time I took a step forward, she grasped the curtains more tightly and cried out.
サトコ、俺だよ。ケイイチだ。
Satoko, it's me. It's Keiichi.
わかんないのか?
Don't you recognize me?
お前に危害なんか加えない。
I would never, ever hurt you.
だから落ち着けって。
Come on, calm down.
大丈夫だ。俺はお前の味方だって。
It's all right. I'm your friend.
助けて。
Help me!
怖いのやだ。痛いのやだ。
I don't want to be scared. It feels bad. No, I don't. Suddenly, my shoulders were grabbed and I was dragged backward. It was Reina.
ごめん、ケイチ君。
Sorry, Keiichi-kun.
ケイチ君はちょっと後ろに行ってて。
You get a little farther back. After pulling me back, she ran towards Satoko in my place.
大丈夫だよ、サトコちゃん。もう怖いことなんかないよ。
It's okay, Satoko-chan. There's nothing to be scared of.
ほら、安心して。
Please, don't worry.
やだ。もうやだ。
No. No, more. No. Not more of that.
ニーニー。助けて。
Help me. Help me.
ニーニー。助けてよ。
Nini, help me. She's fucking losing it. Somebody sedate her? Something? As she gripped the curtains and kept calling for Nini, she continued to wail about being forgiven for something and to be saved from something. What is this? Mion gnashed her teeth and groaned. And there were tears falling from her firmly closed eyes.
どうなってんだよこれ。
What the hell? What is this?
昨日で全部終わったんじゃないのか。
Didn't all this come to an end yesterday? Somehow I don't think that's what's the issue here.
今日からまた元の生活に戻っていくんじゃないのか。
Supposed to go back to our old lives?
ミオン
Mion! Mion! Crash. It was a crazy sound. Reina had taken the cleaning supply locker and kicked it down to the ground. Everyone stood surprised at Reina's unexpected act of brutality. After that, Reina embraced the bawling Satoko from behind and started crying with her, stifled.
レナどうした。
Reina, what's wrong?
ごめん。
Sorry.
ケイチくん、ちょっと黙ってて。
Keiichi-kun, be quiet for a minute.
今のはなんだよ。
What is it now?
どうしたんだよ。
What happened?
サトコから何か聞いたのか。
What did Satoko tell you?
何を聞いたんだよ。
What did you hear?
サイナー
Shut the hell up!
黙ってろって言ってんでしょ。
I told you to shut your mouth, asshole! Reina's raw, hostile motion hit me like a brick. It was no more than a momentary howl of emotion for Reina. But it was more than that for me. She had shown me what was behind all that emotion. What was in her heart.
サトコちゃん。
Satoko-chan.
やだやだやだやだ。もうやだやだやだ。
No, 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 no. No more. No more.
許して。何もできなかった私たちを
Forgive us.
許して。
We couldn't do anything for you. Forgive us.
ごめんね。
I'm sorry.
ごめんね。
I'm sorry. Forgive us. Being unable to do anything. So that was just her snapping? Just plain old snapping? Reina's words made me feel as though the blood vessels in the back of my head were suddenly all turning to ash. My vision grew distant, blurred with gray, and the world lost its color. I thought we could save Satoko. But though I knew it'd be the sooner the better, I thought there was no time limit for doing that. I never even dreamed that we could be too late. I've been making a huge mistake. I thought Satoko could be hurt, but never that she'd break. It was such a huge mistake. People, they break, thinking that they don't, is absolutely absurd. We needed to save Satoko. We needed to save her before she broke. That fatal lapse in awareness had brought this on. Whose fault was it? That went without saying. Mine. No, ours. We all took on the duty of saving Satoko. But we were negligent to the point of laziness. In that sense, this was the inevitable result. Even if this didn't happen today, and it happened tomorrow or the day after or next week, we would have just sat around doing nothing until that day. So this was the obvious result. I slumped down to my knees, just as Mion and Rika-chan had done. And I, too, closed my eyes tight and couldn't stop myself from sobbing.
何の騒ぎですか?
What's all the noise about?
ちょっと、何があったんです?
Wait, what's happened? The teacher came, and her face screwed up at a terrible spectacle before her. The instant she realized the teacher was here, Satoko went through another complete change. She wiped her face with the curtains, and, like nothing happened, smiled.
Hojo-san.
Hojo-san?
これは一体何事ですか?
What on earth is going on here?
ちょっとレナさんと喧嘩になってしまっただけですのよ。
I just got into a little squabble with Reina-san, is all.
お弁当をめぐってちょっぴり大暴れなんですの。
We went a little crazy over our lunches.
ね。
Right? I'm amazed and scared all at once how quick you were able to just put on this facade. Reina didn't nod in reply. But then, since Satoko wished it, she nodded without strength. The rest of the class couldn't keep up with her extreme changes. We all just stared in a daze.
ちょっと悪ふざけをしただけなんですのよ。
It was just a little horseplay.
皆さん、度肝を抜かれすぎでございますわね。
I scared everyone out of their wits. Satoko would probably sweep the whole thing under the rug. For what? Her heart is torn to pieces. So what? What else? You wanted your Nini to help, didn't you? But, unfortunately for you, Satoshi doesn't ever intend on coming back. It's never that easy. He won't just conveniently show up and save you. So, you don't have to wait for him anymore. You can cry, beg for help, and you can run away. Ah!
私たちが無力だから。
We can't do anything, Mion suddenly said. She spoke then, those few words that had tormented me countless times. Those words were a spell, and when I heard them, my whole body suddenly regained its calm. My emotions all slipped away like they'd never been there, like a wave departing. And then, the world's color flipped inside out. What's going on? My field of view expanded. My head grew remarkably cold, and I felt like my mind's volume had grown even wider than the classroom we were in. At the time, my soul was doubtlessly no longer in the small, petty vessel of my head, but floating in the air a little bit above it. It was a mysterious feeling of release. I broke free of the cramped confines of my skull, and stretched out my roots in all directions, as far as I wanted to. It was a strange feeling, and one I never felt ever before. An odd sense of exhilaration. This is most certainly a very unusual feeling to be feeling, I think, given the circumstances. My sharpened senses caused me to transcend. My mind was sharper than a knife's edge, and I immediately decided that spending the time to let myself be crushed with grief would be an absolute waste. I erased all the garbage information from my brain. I expelled the pointless emotions presenting obstacles to action.
Neon. お前は呪ってろ。
You curse it all you want.
自分の無力さをいつまでも。
Curse our powerlessness as much as you want.
え?
Huh? Keiichi, you're really starting to make me scared now. If I could have taken back what had happened by crying about it, I'd have cried all day. But the fact was, this was how things had turned out. I couldn't take back what had happened. The top priority, then, would be to prevent the situation from worsening further and to sever the chains of misfortune. What the fuck do you think you're gonna do? Go over there and freaking twist his neck off? Or something? Twist his head off. Just don't fucking do it, you fool. It's not worth it. Until today, I've been looking at things that so narrow-mindedly I could scarcely believe it. To save Satoko, the only thing to do was to save Satoko. That's the only thing I thought about. I didn't allow myself to realize the most basic, direct, and certain way of removing the source of Satoko's unhappiness. Stop right there before you do something everybody's gonna fucking regret. No. Actually, I realized it yesterday. But as for the means, I'd relied on some stupid curse from some dumb deity. I never considered carrying the task out myself. I would obliterate Satoko's uncle. Dear fucking god. It's fucking begun! What I predicted was gonna fucking happen, even though it didn't involve anything with rape, it's now starting to fucking happen. He's snapped, and now he's gonna freaking go on a killing spree towards the one man who honestly probably does deserve it, admittedly, from a moral standpoint, but still, you're gonna make things worse. Stop, you fool! I beg you! Stop! There were plenty of ways to do it. This was a task that held infinite methods. Ironically, the method of saving Satoko required mostly money, but the method of killing that man pretty much took no money at all. I could kill him with the least amount of investment. The least amount of money suited him. It was only the weight of his life. I kept eliminating needless, worthless information from my head, replenishing it with only the knowledge I need to achieve my goal. I used every cell in my brain to think about how I'd kill him. The way I killed him didn't matter. I would allow any method, from whatever time and whatever country, as long as it ended in a quick and certain death. If I were to have an additional condition, it would be to not get caught. Removing him was an act designed to return the peaceful times we had with Satoko. Oh my god, this guy. He's... Ugh! If I was arrested in exchange for the removal, then we might as well have killed each other. With only him gone, we'd go back to our normal lives. That was my supreme objective. My ultimate goal. Kill him. Definitely. But definitely don't leave evidence either. Two alternatives at odds with one another. The condition of not leaving a trace back to me automatically narrowed the number of murder methods. No witnesses was an absolute must. Fortunately, given the right time in Hinamizawa, there would be nobody around. You're gonna do it on the fucking Watanagashi Festival! I mentally reconstructed the land around Satoko's house. The number of pedestrians, different at different times. The movement algorithm of the neighbors. Would I lure him out, or charge at him? What would my weapon be? When and where would I carry this out? Where? It needed to be somewhere I wouldn't leave a trace. When it needed to be as soon as possible, for Satoko's safety, without wasting even a millisecond. This is absurd. Completely absurd. I agree! I think you should stop right where you are. When I thought about it this way, it struck me at how easy the act of killing was. If I could leave evidence, if I was just going to kill him, anyone could easily turn into a murderer. But our reason prevented that. It told us doing so would get us arrested for sure. In the end, being arrested by the police was the final thing preventing people from committing homicide. Absurd! No, it's not. I think it's a great thing that we have the rule of law to freaking keep people in check like this. Otherwise, society would be chaos! If you went all the way out into the very middle of the ocean, you wouldn't leave any trace at all. Anyone would drop those they hate into the depths if they knew that. It was all too easy to simply remove him. I could leave class right now, grab a metal baseball bat, or something from the schoolyard, go to his house, and attack him. Estimated time would be 25 minutes. Assuming he's even there. If I wanted us to kill each other, it wouldn't even be minutes. I could do it in 1500 seconds. I knew just how much his continued existence depended on me. He was nothing. I could expel him from this world within just 1500 seconds after making up my mind. From when I decided what to do, he only had 1500 seconds. Actually, if I ran full speed to his house, that number would go down even further. But he was alive. He was still part of this world at this very moment, having torn Satoko's body and mind to shreds. Why? Because I was letting him live. I was permitting him to live, so he was alive. If I rescinded that permission, he would be evacuating this moral coil within 1500 seconds. You think I'd let you live to breathe even 1500 more seconds of air? I'm taking that permission back. Right here. Right now. You better thank me for letting you live until today. However, I actually need more than 1500 seconds. I'm not just gonna end you. Getting back our old lives is far more important. It's only you I'll be cleanly cutting out of this world. They won't find a culprit. I'll forget that I dirtied my hands on the likes of you as naturally as I brush my teeth before bed. I'd pay money to see that, because I sincerely doubt you'd be able to pull that off. So to do that, I'll make a special exception for you and give you more than 1500 seconds. I'll give you special permission to keep on living, as you have until I can construct the perfect plan for your murder. Wait, Keiichi. You can't let that time go to waste. Yeah, I know. Dear God, even both sides of him are in full agreement. This is definitely not good. I'll kill him quickly. I'll remove him with certainty. I won't misuse any time to think of a plan. Think back. Tomorrow's Watanagashi, isn't it? Last year on the night of Watanagashi, her aunt died. Her head was busted open by some deviant, and her brains splattered everywhere. That's it. He's someone who deserves to be given death on the night of Watanagashi. Hey, Oishiro-sama. You call yourself a guardian, but you didn't protect Satoko. Cursing Satoko's family for the damn stuff is your own business, but now you made Satoko unhappy when she didn't have anything to do with it. I, Keiichi Maebara, hereby denounce you, the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, a failure. We don't need you. Go back to the deepest, darkest pit of your shrine this year. Besides, if you had just cursed and killed both her aunt and her uncle last year, none of this would have ever happened. Yeah, but then she wouldn't be here in Hinamizawa. She would be in a child care institution right now, and dealing with God knows what in there. The curse this year, it's not on you. I'll be the one deciding. It won't be the three families controlling the serial deaths behind the scenes. No, not some vague people who I can't tell if they're buffoons or not. This time, I'll be the one to deliver divine judgment. So don't get in my way. Just watch. Stay quiet and watch. I'll obliterate him. I'll wipe him off the face of the earth. I will stomp out his very existence! Go away, disappear, and die! I'll tear your heart apart just like you did to Satoko! I'll have your blood as payment!
Keiichi-kun, 大丈夫?
Keiichi-kun, are you alright? Yeah, he's fine. He's just gone homicidal. Ignore him. Nothing will come of it, I'm sure. Reina, Mion, Rika-chan were looking after me. Oh my god, I just remembered. Your face is like a literal text-to-speech program on human flesh. Your whole murder plan was probably conveyed from start to finish, or at least your murderous intent anyway, right on every muscle fiber on your face. And they could read it all. At least I hope they did, and that they're concocting a plan of their own to fucking stop you. But I'm feeling cynical. So I'm going to say no, that's not what's going through their heads right now. In which case, well, I'm sorry, Satoko, but your new Nini here is about to make life a hell of a lot worse for all of you. All in a misguided attempt to help you. Had I fallen to the floor?
急に倒れたからびっくりしたよ。
You surprised us. You suddenly fell down.
うなされてなかった?
Were you having a nightmare? I'd say it's more like an erotic dream. A bloodlust.
うな
A
ってたよ。
bloodlusty dream. You were moaning.
うるさい。
Shut it.
黄色い声で話しかけるな。
Quit squeaking at me like that. My friends gave a start and backed away.
なんだよ。
What? I bet you got some serious dull eyes of unhappiness about you right now, if I could see them. Rain and the others exchanged glances, unsure of what to say, and stood confused for a few moments.
今の圭一くんの声。
Was that your voice, Keiichi-kun?
当たり前だろ。
Of course it was. Reina gulped firmly and opened her mouth.
今一瞬圭一くんすごい目だった。
For a second, Keiichi-kun, your eyes were really scary. I doubt they're as scary as your eyes can get.
目？
My eyes.
光の角度でそう見えたんだろ。
Probably just a trick of the light.
バカバカしい。
Don't waste my time.
見間違いじゃないよ。
I'm not mistaken.
あんな目初めて見た。
I've never seen those kinds of eyes before. What are these guys talking about? They all been too scared of me lately. More like irritated.
前原圭一くんだよね。
You are Keiichi Maebara-kun, right? What was Reina saying? Who else do I look like except Keiichi Maebara? Maybe you look like a Keiichi Maebara possessed like a demon. Mion would know all about that, right? The look I gave her seemed to speak quite eloquently to those irritated thoughts. She understood and quickly apologized.
ごめん。
I'm sorry.
気にしないでね。
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I think it's you who should be worrying right now. Really, really fucking worrying. Because I sure as hell am. Tips unlocked emergency in D2-3 number 44. So what's the emergency? Besides the one that we're already getting ready to witness. Probably for the next chapter for all we know. June 18th, 1983. Abuse issues regarding Satoko Hoju. Urgent. We propose that Satoko Hoju must be taken into immediate custody based on the items below. Number 1. Family situation. Life of adoptive father who recently returned to Hinamizawa has already turned disastrous, and she is currently subject to unendurable physical and mental abuse from the father. 2. Child Consultation Center's response. A child probation officer was dispatched yesterday on the 17th from the Prefecture Welfare Office, but because of the 77 case, changed to continued coaching and cautionary action. Unfortunately, Consultation Office head does not properly understand the situation. 3. Status of concerned child. Child already appears to be suffering from an outbreak of something close to neurosis or manic depression. If her unstable prepubescent mind is negatively stimulated by stress, it will put her development of a healthy body and mind at risk. Nope. Neurosis or manic depression. I'll need to look into these symptoms later. Her unstable okay, I just read that. This cannot be allowed to continue from a humane standpoint. When was this made? Allegations made. Number 4. Allegations made to the family court. We propose, based on the above items, that Satoko Hoju should immediately be taken into protective custody. She should be secured temporarily under emergency allegations to the family court under Article 28. We request emergency coordination between all related agencies. Well, I guess it looks like something's being put into action after all. So what's this thing? Fukujisho D2-3 number 44. Blank 1977. Child name Satoko Hoju. Residence blank Hinamizawa Village, Shishibone. Number 1. Consultation circumstances. Telephone SOS from child abuse. 2. Abuse situation. Child claims she is being physically abused by her adoptive father. 3. Family structure. Adoptive father, real mother, older brother, child in question. Note: adoptive father and real mother entered family registry in 19 blank. The child is the daughter of the mother's previous husband. Wait a minute. Previous husband. But from what Rika was telling Keiichi earlier, it sounded like as though she had already gone through multiple marriages before Satoko just decided to give that one stepfather that she had at that point hell. So was this actually for the first? 4. Child Consultation Center's response. On the day of the child's telephone consultation, the center called the child's school and asked of her situation. On that day, the child welfare officer on duty visited the child's house and conducted an interview. The adoptive father sincerely listened to instruction and agreed to take child-raising workshops in the city from now on. As part of the suggested coaching, the center will continue to observe the situation. 5. Other notes. As a result of numerous counseling sessions at the city's education consultation office regarding the child, we learned there was a high possibility the cause of the child's excessive distrust towards her adoptive father was a result of a lack of communication. The abuse she claimed hadn't actually taken place. She had made a false report to distance herself from her adoptive father. Below is a note written in pencil by the person on duty at the time. The problem appeared to be more of the daughter. Chief Investigator F of the city's education consultation office said that most of her stories of abuse were likely fabrications. They decided to shift the focus of their coaching to the child. Be cautious not to take everything the child says as truth. Well, I guess that explains why they were cautious. This little note right there. Well, this is a real sticky situation that we're about to find ourselves into. Or at least an even more sticky situation than the one we were already in. And, well, does anybody actually foresee a happy ending with any of this? I sure as fuck don't. I mean, why should I expect a happy ending? I didn't get one in the last 2 chapters. Why would it be any different this time around? Just holy fucking hell, man. Satoko, your life fucking sucks. Nearly every single adult figure in your life, well, except for maybe the stepfather, of course. It's just like most adult figures in your life were either untrustworthy, abused you, and then there was all the other crap we already discussed early in the chapter about what you've already had to deal with before. And now your new Nini is about to commit murder on your behalf and all the consequences that will follow it. To you, to him, and obviously to your fucking shit heap, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting tongue twisted. Shit heap uncle. And all other concerned parties involved. A lot of people's lives are about to be ruined. I'm certain of that. Just fucking hell. You have a crappy life. You have an absolute fucking crappy life, and I feel truly sorry for you. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and cut things here, and we're gonna, I guess, watch murder be committed by good old Keiichi here on the Watanagashi Festival in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 3. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. God help Satoko.